Good morning, I'm meteorologist Byron Douglas. We're spinning some plates here. We're doing our all streaming. Here's our weather show. We're going to have Mitch up here in a moment. Thanks for tuning in today. So this is our all streaming at this hour. And again, on Facebook, we have more information there and we'll have your questions. We've had quite a bit of rain. I'm going to advance this forward. We have an alert day today. It's the potential for a flood watch, which we'll get to in a moment. And then also Wednesday afternoon, this is our greatest concern for severe thunderstorms as we go through the week. We're looking at damaging winds, large hail, and a tornado threat Wednesday afternoon. And this could carry over into early on Thursday morning. So a big heads up. We gave you an early outlook on this back on Saturday morning, and we'll take some of these graphics full. And we are tracking some lightning across western Kentucky right now. So our greatest concern is the flooding threat, and then we'll highlight our potential for severe weather. Have some new maps just updated. Now, it's been a rainy pattern here in June. We've already had 5.3 in the rain gauge overall. So we're going to have excellent chances for showers and storms today, Tuesday afternoon, and then Wednesday afternoon into the evening. So some areas could see some severe weather, and then some areas on Wednesday can miss out altogether. And then finally, especially over the weekend, we're going to transition into a drier weather pattern, which I'll get to in a moment. So maybe you're on a break, you're just getting to work and getting set up here. I'm going to show you, I'm going to take this full here and show you the potential for severe storms generally today. The bullseye's out in portions there of Minnesota and then into Nebraska. We have a general risk overall, but the top concern today is that flooding threat. It includes our entire area. So we talked on 14 News Sunrise. They could add a few more areas across southwest Indiana into that flooding threat during that time frame. So let's do a little nowcasting here on Doppler radar. The heaviest rates of rainfall are in Beech Grove and McLean County, right along the Green River there where you see the sea, kind of the definition there in McLean County. And then that's north and west there of Calhoun, on into Webster County. Southern stretches there of Henderson County. Had a little bit of lightning south of downtown Henderson just a few minutes ago, but I don't expect these to be energized with any severe thunderstorm warnings here over the morning hours. So we'll tighten that up, get into Beech Grove, Highway 56, and then as you work south and west there of West Louisville, if that holds together, could get into Utica and up towards Panther. There is a wide view, but it's had no lightning on it in the last couple minutes or so. Here's a wider view as we loop the radar. You can see those lightning strikes there kind of astride the Henderson, McLean, Davis County line. That's collected here in the last 15 minutes or so. And then we had a little bit of lightning earlier between Harrisburg and Carbondale as we started 14 News Sunrise. And then here's a wide view. A lot of the rain is just right over our area, but we could see 2 rounds today of some showers mixing in with a few thunderstorms. So I'll take this full again, and then I'm going to take you through some of the maps here in a moment. And you could have some Peta marble size hail. We mentioned Beech Grove, but we're not seeing much in any of the output here on Doppler radar. Let's take a look. This has been a while since we're going to be solidly above normal. Now, these are the 6 and 10-day outlooks that come from the Climate Prediction Center. If you want summer, it's going to be humming here as we go through the next 6 to 10 days. And we'll notice that over the weekend. This is a victory in itself, near normal. All of our precipitation guidance for most of this year, we've been outside of maybe a 2-week stretch. We've been solidly above normal. We finished that way virtually each month overall, but we'll be near normal during that time frame. Temperatures, overcast skies, not doing a whole lot. We're in the lower 70s right now. I love this map. Taking a look at the cloud guidance, we're looking at overcast skies, several thousand feet, all the way up to 10,000 feet. A little bit of sunshine into the afternoon. So I've had some questions on this. The probability is our cloud outlook. Now I'll overlay this with the chances for precipitation. Not going to be an all-day rain, but we're dealing with some rain here early. This will match up with our 14 First Alert weather app, and then with some sunshine, kind of how this played out on Friday, where we had that overcast layer in the morning, a little bit of sun in the afternoon, and we got some storms going. But we're not at risk for any major severe weather. A stop into Owensboro. Kudos to the crews there. They snuck in Friday after 5 back on Friday. But the best setup for some thunderstorms will be during the afternoon and evening. I'm using the rapid refresh model here. So as you go forward, I think it's doing the best job here with the early rounds of showers. Well, once again, I'll take this full as we go into the afternoon and evening. We're looking at decent chances for showers and thunderstorms. So those areas there in red, yellow, and orange indicate some heavier bands of showers during that time frame. This takes us through tonight. Now as we go through Tuesday, kind of a typical June pattern where we'll see these afternoon-driven storms. Not showing a lot on Tuesday, so that's encouraging. So what about Wednesday, which is now an alert day? Michael Fecka instituted this yesterday. I'm going to make sure he gets maximum credit for that. This is what we're projecting into the future. These storms could set up anywhere, but as we go into Wednesday afternoon, the winds will be out of the southwest. So I think Wednesday we'd probably have a late wind advisory. Then some showers and storms between about 4 or 5 p.m. and midnight, and then this could carry over into the early morning hours on Thursday, showing some showers and storms mainly across western Kentucky. Well, why do we have the alert day and board? Well, we already have a slight risk for severe thunderstorms Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday night. Now, right now it includes damaging winds and large hail, but usually under the scattered severe weather threats, under that slight risk, it will include overall an isolated tornado threat. So we'll have to monitor that. So that's why we give the early heads up on these alert days as we go through Thursday. And then look at this. There's something for everybody in the forecast. I mean, the heat's going to be on this week. Boy, we are due a dry weekend overall. There's a look at the 7-day forecast overall. We'll just make a stop through Wednesday. And then you can see that's the alert day for some showers and storms as we go into Wednesday. Now we'll finish off the week overall as we go through the end of the week. More typical June pattern. We officially, this is incredible, we officially haven't hit 90 yet this year. 1 year ago, we had our hottest reading so far for the month of June. We had temperatures in the mid-90s 1 year ago, and we could see a little bit of that as we go through the weekend as we start to heat up a little bit. So that's the latest there. There's the 7-day outlook as we go through Juneteenth, a high of 87, 90 for your Friday, 93 on Saturday, and then a 94 on Sunday. So this is the weather portion. And we have Mitch Carter. He's waiting on deck for all the news. We'll have Mitch up here in a few minutes.
Stay informed on your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices.
Well, good morning and welcome to the news portion of our stream show here. My name is Mitch Carter. Normally I've got Casey Mason with me here, but it is a solo show today, just myself and Byron, boys only. Really quick here, we're going to pull some fonts up for you. There we go. Once again here, it is a one-man band here this morning, so we'll get this thing rolling the best we can. Starting off here with some big-time headlines. Of course, cleanup this morning continues following that extreme flash flooding that we saw here. Pull some video up here for you. Of course, it impacted Evansville on Friday. On your screen right now is the scene Friday evening at the intersection of St. Joe and Franklin Street. For those who frequent the Lloyd Expressway, you might have seen this here. That deep water covered the intersection and then receded before another wave of rain moved in. Other nearby intersections also dealt with deep water as well, some becoming completely impassable. During this time, reported multiple water rescues along with multiple flooded roads. Of course, flash flooding itself creates unique challenges for drivers, something one man unfortunately learned the hard way there. On Raybecker Parkway and Claremont Avenue on the west side of Evansville, one man had to escape his flooded car. Sean Zeman says he was driving home from work when he saw the roads begin to flood. He says the car before him was able to go through no problem, so he thought the road was passable. He says, though, as he started to drive through there, he noticed the water rising up to his knees.
I saw some water and a car in front of me made it perfectly fine, which I thought I could as well. Then my car stopped in the middle of all of it, kind of swooshing me around. It was pretty terrifying, but once I realized what I needed to do and got out, I was okay. It just sucks for my car, but it's fine.
Well, he says for others who might be tempted to make the same mistake there, please don't do it. He says he now knows from experience, even if you think you can go ahead and make it through, it's better to try and be safe than to be sorry. And, of course, due to Friday's flooding here, the Burdett Park Aquatic Center is going to remain closed today. Crews out there still working to remove the mud and debris there. Officials say this is only the fourth time in the pool's 60-year history they've had to shut things down there, but there is some good news. Barring any setbacks, officials hope to reopen that center tomorrow morning at 10. Of course, we'll let you know if that changes. And it wouldn't be our streaming show here if I didn't mention the big-time news happening tonight. Indiana Pacers hoping to take the lead now in Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Got some video for that as well. Here it goes. The series tied as the Pacers are coming off a 111-104 loss against OKC. In Game 4, the Pacers held on to a slight lead until the fourth quarter. That's when, of course, the Thunder took over to win that game there. Now, Game 5 tips off tonight at 7:30 Central Time. Of course, we'll have those highlights for you coming up here on 14 News at 10. Pretty calm Monday out there for you. Of course, Byron Douglas just gave you all the weather highlights there. Of course, we're tracking a Monday alert day here going on at the moment, and then looking ahead to an alert day as well on Wednesday. So for those out there who maybe just experienced some flooding, be ready for that. On alert for that once again here, watching for flooding and then storms coming up on Wednesday. As for ourselves here, good morning to all who joined us and watched. I saw Hillary Ferran commented, and then Anna as well. Hope you guys have a great morning here. Enjoy your Monday. And for those who joined us, we'll be back here tomorrow, bright and early at 8:30. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you then.